So with the Prem team of the season, it had to be done. Bruno Fernandes has managed to get himself in there, and to be honest, I don't blame him. He has been the light in the very much dark cave in the middle of absolute nowhere. And to be honest, if anybody is in deserving of a performance-based card, Bruno has been exceptional. Now, obviously, there is a lot of very good talent in the Premier League, so I get that maybe showcasing a 14th, for dare say the position that we are currently sitting in, showcasing him in comparison to some of the top talent that we have, but he is an exceptional star. 160,000 at the moment. I can imagine he will drop considerably, like most of the Prem team of the season. If you have a look at them, they are worth nothing. It is genuinely scary how quickly 670 for a Haaland, 480 for a Palmer, just under $1 million for a Gravenberch, same with Rice, 730 for Gabriel, even 5 mil for Salah, and two and a bit of change for Isaac. As you go further down, you've got Saka at 150, Chris Wood now at 15, Trent at 120. It is terrifying how cheap everybody is. So at the very minimum, this is going to be great for the casual players because you're going to actually be able to afford them. Now, in terms of Bruno Fernandes, we got the 4-star, 5-star, 5'10". He is a centre mid or a cam. Pace-wise, fine. Shooting good. Passing fantastic. Dribbling brilliant. But the composure, very low for what Bruno is capable of. Like, I mean, really, do they think that he's only got 88 on a 94 team of the season? I mean, realistically, with the players that we've got, he should be at least 94. Defending's okay, physical's it's average, but in general, it depends on what you're looking for from the card. If you're looking box to box, maybe you look at something like an anchor potential, but realistically, I think you'd be okay with something like an engine, just to boost up a bit more of that and agility balance, really, more so than anything. We get the incisive, the pinged pass and the long ball. We do have the tiki-taka, the intercept, flair, first touch, trivela, and relentless, as well as then the dead ball and finesse as play styles. And as roles, we have got the playmaker plus in both positions. Then we also have got the half winger plus, shadow striker, and then the box to box in the plus, also having the classic 10 plus as well. So let's jump into him, see what he's all capable of, and at least got a Portuguese link for our boy CR7. Fernandes from deep. Can we? Ooh, gets into CR7. Hey, even assisting when we don't even pass. You love to see it. It's a shame that he didn't get the finesse. I get they've gone for the assisting roles, which is more than fine. But the finesse would have been absolutely lovely, especially with some of the clutch goals he's got going on for us. That would have been a nice touch to have just in general on the card. Maybe not necessarily reflecting kind of in real life as such, with obviously not necessarily being a striker, but more of an assisting player. But in general, it would have been nice for the card in itself, really. Good interception. Holds the ball well. Looking for a run-off if he can. Just a simple one to CR7. We're not necessarily getting too much of a run-off from him. Bruno on the edge. Oh, it was one away. I feel like we were one game tick away from getting an absolute pole driver of a shot there. As Dalglish comes across, finds the trivela. Oh, good chance. Gets the ball slightly. Not necessarily the most physical player on the pitch, which, to be fair, in terms of what he is, like, he's more a football in mind, more so than the physicality side. He's very good at winning the ball back as such. Can we go? You never... Ooh, good block. The one thing I do like, though, with all of the passing play style pluses, like, they are nice to have, from the incisive to the lovely pinged pass, over then to the long ball plus. You've almost got a pass for every scenario. It's exactly the same as, like, having the good Muller effect. Having all of the good save, all of them shooting play styles means that no matter the scenario that's thrown at him, he's going to have a pass for it. Like, we look at a Vinny here, like, maybe, yes, kind of a bit rushed, but you know what I mean? Instead of going for the incisive, we can go a long ball. If he wants to just ping it into someone's feet, he's got that ability as well. So it is nice to have all of them stats to be able to pull out the bag as such. Like even here, we can kind of just go with the incisive, make it nice and neat, bring it back into play with a playmaker, and then look for that Vinny over the top there. That could be the move. Or you spin it into a bit of Dalglish. There's loads of capabilities, and I was kind of hoping for a free kick there. Oh, but we nearly swing it one way. Good ball into him. He's looking for a bit of Dalglish if we could. Could find himself in a bit of a finesse territory. I mean, this is what I mean. He opens himself up to so much shooting. If only he just had one less playstyle plus for... Oh, that is exactly what we need. I suppose we didn't need the finesse for that, but that's an absolute cracker. But only if he just had the finesse. Like, his ability would be so good in the spaces that he could truly get himself into. Sees the ball out wide. I mean, that is ambitious. Yeah, I was going to say, that is very ambitious for a long ball. I never know if that one's even really that much of a thing. Obviously, at the start of the game, long ball plus was just broken. If you remember Patry from way back when with the Liga F, like, she was broken with her long ball plus. So I don't know if it's really that much of a thing anymore, but most definitely it's still got some capabilities if you really want it to. Oh, I wanted Bruno to keep running there. Going to find him on the turn if we can. Can we find some sort of player running through? Not really. Good interception from him. The one thing I do like always with Bruno is always very intricate on the dribbling. It's quick, it's good turns, it's being able to make that pass, make that move, and just, ooh, it didn't even make the save, but he just makes the right moment, which is always an optimum output for anybody. So for me, that is why I do think he may not be the best, and I've kind of, I mean, well, let's be real, he's the best in our team, but he's not the best in the game. Of course he's not. There's plenty of others that most definitely can do exactly what he does, and maybe even better. But for the price that you're paying, he's cheap, he's reliable, and I feel like he's got everything you need. There's very little else to say about him because he's not necessarily the most crazy shooter of the game. He will be able to get goals 100%, but realistically, his main game, his main aim is going to be passing. Pinged, incisive, long, anything you can try to get in on goal, he's going to be the person, like a KDB, like a Xavi, who's going to be capable of doing it. And that's kind of what he's all about in every avenue of this game, and most definitely he will be able to do it in every avenue of the game, and that's the bit that everybody will love with how cheap he truly is, and just being able to find them passes left, right, center, being able to ping a ball over to your right wing, to go back in on itself to the incisive, and just constantly pop up left, right, and center to be able to make them chances happen. And that is, for me, right here, is the Bruno game. Getting the ball in, get the pass in, and hopefully have strikers competent enough to be able to score 90% of your shots. So the big question you'll be asking yourself, how expensive? Oof. Another 25k down. It's kind of what's to be expected with this Prem, I must admit. The team itself is just so dropped in itself. Everything's dropping like 20k. We've dropped 300k more since this kind of start of the games. It's crazy to see where these prices will end up. Yes, there'll be a little bit of bounce back. Of course, there always is. But it's not going to be crazy. Now, like we've just went on with that massive monologue for Bruno, he is an exceptional card in terms of his specific game plan. Now, obviously, if you're running like me, 2 centre mids, you kind of need a defensive and attacking. He falls into a very good option of an attacking card with great passing. The problem is right next to him is a Hullet character that can do that very well. We then have a Vitinha that can do it well, a João Neves that can do it well. Heck, we've even got the Become Immortal cards that can do it well, and that is just very difficult for any sort of card at this point, and this is why these lower rate, well, I say even lower, these triple play store pluses, they're not really that much higher. Like we said this with them, the fact that what they'll do, and we said this before Team of the Season started, they will take the fact that you're getting a triple play star plus or even potential quadruple and not have to go up in rating that much. You go back quite literally to Dream Chasers, we are getting 95 rated Lewandowski's. He probably will be lucky to get a 96 with a quadruple play star plus, which is fantastic. But there's no point in upgrading your card. You look at Saka. Saka is the biggest injustice going. Going from an 130k Saka, you can go an Evo, one at 92, with better play. Well, you can Evo one now at 93, with better playstyle pluses. There is zero reason to have this card in there other than a piece of fodder. And that's unfortunately the kind of the shame of it, that is what it is. And the same for a lot of these cards. Like some of them, like a Lewis Skelly, it's a great upgrade. It's a solid upgrade for him. You look at someone like Robinson, it's a nice upgrade, but he's not going to be the best left back. You look at a McAllister, it's a great upgrade, but it's only 2 away from his grassroots. It's not worth the upgrade. I feel like the upgrade system in this game has gone so far left. It is absolutely crazy. I would have much rather had a bit of space in between promos and left a little bit of gap and a little bit of want for these cards. And that's going to be the biggest problem we're going to have to battle with. Now, do I think these upgraded cards are nice to have in the team? 100%. You're never going to complain at getting a Team of the Season Saka or Bruno, but are they going to truly change or make your team inherently better? No, probably not. Bruno's not going to fit into the team one bit. He didn't fit into the team probably 3 months ago. We've had Hullit's SBC since it came out. We could more than likely have Tonali as my Become Immortal hero. We then have Zidane that we've got, Maradona that we've got, even a Bellingham evolution we've got at some point. So unfortunately, some of them are just not going to be worth overtaking your team. He's a fantastic player and 100% one of the best players we've got at Man U at this point. Like, we've got a few, obviously Martinez coming in a season and a few of the women's team absolutely kicking for us. But in general, it's just a card that's going to be in the team and maybe gets a Footies evolution at some point. And that's really all it's got to be. So it is a shame, but at the minimum, it's a nice card. I will be trying out a few more. I kind of really want to give a go of Isaac. So we're going to have to hope he drops a little bit. But quadruple playstyle plus with the 96, even Haaland didn't get that. Say it what you will. Let me go down and find some more. Palmer potentially coming up. We want to give a nice comparison between the two cams if we can, and Gravenberch is most definitely on the list. Let me know who else you would like to see, and also the EFL and also the women's WSL is coming soon.